What's going on, guys? This is Joe. I am back with another Ixalan draft. We are trying to follow up our good fortune, our good playing, whatever you want to call it, from last week. We opened an interesting one. I'm not a fan of Goring Ceratops. I think, I've heard people say that when it works well, it works really well. This is a really fast format, and so I haven't seen anyone use it against me. I haven't had the chance to use it, nor have I really had the desire to. So, despite the fact that it's our rare, I'm not taking it. Sky Terror, on the other hand, is a great card. Now, I'm aware of the fact that it's two colors, clearly. I'm aware of the fact that that means that it's going to be difficult to kind of get it to work. I'm also aware of the fact that there's like a Pounce here, which is really good. I'm not as big of a fan of Verdant Rebirth. Fire Cannon Blast is fine. Deadeye Tormentor's fine, but I think as a first pick, pack one, pick one, Sky Terror is kind of the way to go. I'm not really going to be forcing it. If I don't see anything that matches it, I'll kind of abandon it, but this is a great card, and so I'm taking it, and I'll see where we can go from there. There's a Dire Fleet Captain. That's a thing. Going into a third color on our second pick is kind of a bad idea. Pterodon Knight is also a thing that would be great because we're kind of going a dinosaur route with red and white here. There's also Queen's Commission, which is a really good card, and we don't have to be going dinosaurs specifically. But I think with the follow-up to Sky Terror being the Pterodon Knight, I would take that. Again, Dire Fleet Captain is a sweet pickup, but then we're moving away from blue, which is the other pirate color, which is a shame, but, I think sticking with Pterodon Knight here is good. Looking at other good cards, I mean, you've got Shaper Sanctuary is not really a thing, Quartermaster is not really a thing, but I'd be okay with Fiery Cannonade, with Jade Guardian, Queen's Commission definitely. I doubt that comes back because of how good it is. I'd be okay with Slash of Talons, but I think Pterodon Knight is our pick here. Okay, there's a Walk the Plank and a Contract Killing. That's definitely worth considering. That's really, really good. Both of these are interesting. Old Growth Dryads that's our third rare in a row, and it's another one that we're still not taking. I think I might take Walk. Both of these are double black, right? And this is double black early, but it's an amazing, it's just unconditional. This gives you treasure, but in the last deck when we had this, we were able to use the treasure to play out other small stuff, but I'm going to take Walk the... this is a huge signal to me that black is wide open to our right. Nobody took either of these. Chupacabra's here too, but it's not better than either of these removal spells right now. So I'm going to take this Walk the Plank. It's a shame that we're passing this Contract Killing, but I'm going to see. I mean, if we get good black passed to us, I'm going to be taking it. So Walk the Plank it is. We could go white-black. We could go three colors, although I doubt it. Okay. Interesting. There's kind of not much here. Deeproot Warrior is fine, although in a fourth color at this point, but that's the same, in my opinion, could be said for Siren Lookout. I guess Inspiring Cleric is okay. It's a 3-mana 3/2, and you gain 4 life. Glacial Fortress is also a thing, although I really don't think it's better than either Inspiring Cleric, Crash the Ramparts, Deeproot Warrior, or Siren Lookout. I think best card in the pack, in my personal opinion, of course, is the Lookout here. It's an explore creature. It's a flyer. That's important. That's relevant. Oh my god, I hate taking 4 cards and 4 different colors, but I think I'm going to do it and just kind of try to read the table. It's not a good start. I'm definitely not happy about it. Please don't misunderstand. I think I will go with... Oh, man. Unclaimed Territory is a thing, but we definitely are not in a particular guild right now, or clan, or whatever you want to call it. Tribe, I guess, is the proper term. There's the Thrash of Raptors, which is kind of expensive. Same with Storm Sculptor. Plus, we don't have a lot of Enter the Battlefield effects yet, and we can't necessarily be promised that we will have that coming up. Deadeye Tormentor is also here. Attacking is just something that most decks are going to be doing. There's also a Legion's Judgment, which is a fine removal spell, but The format, like I said, is fast, and if you play against a small deck, this card does nothing. So I think I'm going to take the Tormentor here. Just get a 2/2 for 3 down that makes them your opponent discard is not terrible at all. There's a Vanquish the Weak that catches my eye immediately. Ravenous Daggertooth is not bad. Pirate's Prize is also just fine, but there's a Vanquish the Weak here. It's very important. Removal is just in general very important, and so I'm going to take that. I think that we might just be able to get rid of Siren Lookout at this point. Raider's Wake is okay. It's not really what I'm going for, despite the Deadeye Tormentor being in our pool right now. Skymarch Bloodletter I think is fine. I have no issues with it. It's a vampire. It goes with the black that we've been seeing and picking up. Again, reading the table. If we don't get much more support for this Sky Terror, we're going to get rid of it. I said that I anticipated that, but I'm not a huge counterspell guy before people start talking about the Siren Storm Tamer. You're welcome to say that I'm wrong, because that's fair. That's an opinion. It's just not me personally. I think Bloodletter is better here. Okay, Chupacabra came back, Desperate Castaways, there's a Runaground, there's also a Raptor Companion. I think it's better than Desperate Castaways for this deck, and we don't really have, I don't even know that we're playing this Siren Lookout for the Explorer, for the Chupacabra, so I'm okay with Raptor Companion. Low drops are important. Maybe we can go white-black and maybe splash red for this, maybe just cut it. Okay, so speaking of all of that, Sentinel Totem is definitely not good enough. This is our opening pack? Maybe? There's a Brazen Buccaneers is the only thing vaguely in our colors. There's also the Ravenous Daggertooth. I think Brazen Buccaneers is okay. I'm not crazy about it. So I think I'm going to take it and just put it in the sideboard. I'm not married to us being in red yet. There's a Slash of Talons. I'll take it. There's not amazing things coming around for us right now. Okay. I don't know that this card is anything either. I guess we can put this in the sideboard. Right now, the only Dino we have can't benefit from this card at all. There's a Hierophant's Chalice. There's a Spreading Rot. Ugh, whatever. We'll take the Spreading Rot once again for the sideboard. This is bad, having this many sideboard picks this early on. Storm Sculptor as well. And Ixalan's Keeper. Yeah, this is just all going kind of poorly. We'll have to see where we go. I don't hate our black. Our black is not terrible, although there's only 4 of them. And Spreading Rot's not really a thing. Yeah, look at this. Excuse me. River's Rebuke is fine, but we're not really blue. Merfolk Branchwalker is also great, but we're not green. Raptor Hatchling is great, but we're not really red. Thundering Spineback is great, but we're not really green. So looking at the rest of the cards in the pack, I think for us, Blightkeeper is the best thing. This is just a bad pack. There's also another Pterodon Knight, but right now, again, we still only have 1 dinosaur. So then it's just a 3/3 for 4, which is bad. I think Blightkeeper is better in that instance, which is disappointing and annoying. We're kind of all over the place, and I'm not a huge fan of what we have going on right now. But like I said, I've been reading the table, and look at what we have in the sideboard, look at what we have in the deck. Black is clearly the color. We'll see if that's still the case since we're going the other direction at this point. Someone took that contract killing. We got a treasure map. What does this card do again? Okay, so you can make treasures and you can sack treasures to draw cards. I'm just going to take a Bishop Soldier. This card's fantastic. It's better than Shining Aerosaur for us. It's better than Chupacabra here. Snapping Sailback's great, but I think I'm going to take the Bishop Soldier. It's a low drop. It's white. It's kind of the same reason as Raptor Companion, but because this has lifelink, it can trade. People don't want to see it in combat. So yeah, this is a great card for us right now. Okay, Duskborn Skymarcher's not terrible. Direfleet Interloper. Yeah, these packs are... Oh my god. Wow. I wasn't even looking at the second row, really. Territorial Hammerskull is great. Direfleet Interloper is great. March of the Drowned is fine, although we're not 100% there yet with Pirates, but Pious Interdiction is a great card as well. Interesting. This is a tough pick. This is actually a tough pick. I would probably not go with the Sky Marcher. We only have, what, 2 vampires right now? 1? 2? So I the second ability doesn't really work out. It's just a 1/1 flyer for 1, which is still fine, right? If it comes back and it's the only thing out of, these, 4 or 5, then I'll take it and not hate it. I think I'm going to go with, oh man. I think I'm going to go with the Hammer Skull. I think this card is the kind of thing where as soon as it comes down, your opponent has to deal with it or they feel terrible. It's a shame to pass the interdiction, but maybe we see something similar. Okay, Dinosaur Stampede is great. Another Thundering Spineback and a Stormfleet Spy. These are 3 great uncommons. If you notice, there's a theme of what colors they're not in, but that's okay. I think Paladin of the Bloodstained is a fine card. It feels a little bad because Tishana's Wayfinder's good, Siren Lookout's good, Deep Root Warrior's good. I'm okay with Sun-Crowned Hunters, and I hate Encampment Keeper. So Paladin of the Bloodstained it is. Not necessarily going super well. We've got another Skymarch Bloodletter, another Dead Eye Tormentor, another Raptor Companion. So these are okay cards. I don't hate them. I think I'll take... I guess these are both 3-drops. They're both 2/2s, but I think the ability on the Bloodletter is better than the ability on the Tormentor, and I think that I'm okay with passing the Raptor Companion. I think we might see some more, seeing as how this isn't late necessarily, but kind of seeing how late we've been seeing them. I don't think it's a super high pickup, so I'm going to take another Bloodletter here for us. Ooh, there's a Dark Nourishment. There's also a Vanquish the Weak. This is a great pack for us as well. I'm going to take the Dark Nourishment. It's 5 mana, which is kind of unfortunate, but I would play Contract Killing, which is also 5 mana, which I understand is unconditional removal, as opposed to this where it's only dealing 3 damage and we're getting life, but still. It could also go to face, so if you wanted to kind of burn them out while still in black and white, deal those last 3 points of damage or something if they stabilize. Vanquish the Weak is a great card, but it actually kind of does the same thing. Well, not necessarily. This is power 3, but still. I'm going to take the Dark Nourishment here. There's another Bishop Soldier. There's also a Bright Reprisal, Skyblade, and Queen's Agent. That's fantastic. Interesting choice, though. I think I'm going to go with the Reprisal. It feels a little wrong over the Bishop Soldier, kind of taking 2 5-drops in a row. Like I said, faster format. You want lower drops, and an aggressive creature that can be good in combat for you is very important. But I think removal is also very important, and so I'm going to go ahead and prioritize the Bright Reprisal here. There's a Contract Killing. I don't know why that's here. There's also a Territorial Hammer Skull. I'm feeling a little bit better about our options here, guys. This is great. The question is, which do I take? And I think you guys know the answer. I just talked about it. I'll take a Contract Killing. I think I can kind of deprioritize, if that is a word or a phrase or even makes sense. I can kind of not prioritize as heavily removal anymore because I have a lot. But if I see it, I'm not going to not take it. It's just that if I can take a serviceable creature over it instead, I will. I think because this is a 2-drop, this is a 4-drop, this is not going to have flying, and this is probably not going to be able to attack, I'm going to take the 2-drop. I might just cut it because it's not that amazing for us. I'll take a Duress. I'm actually going to put it in the sideboard. I don't think Duress is super... Oh my god. Direfleet Interloper came back. Sweet. Yeah, all about it. Stormfleet Spy is still here. I mean, we're probably not playing it regardless, but I'll take it. This is a great card. Raider's Wake also in the sideboard. We're not really making people discard a lot. Pirate's Prize is good. There's some sweet blue going around too. I didn't really finish my thought on the Duress. I'm not a huge fan of it in Limited. When it works well. So I understand if people are like, oh my god, I got my opponent really hard with it once, but it's fine. It's just fine. I think I would rather be doing other things on turn 1. Like I'd much rather Blightkeeper than Duress. Just kind of get aggressive and start putting creatures down on the board. I might just, for now, get rid of this Sky Terror. 1, because I'm waiting for this thing to figure out what the hell it's doing. But second of all, because, we're probably going to have to be making some cuts. Sky Terror is a great card, and it was our pack 1 pick 1, but I think we've got other stuff going on for us here. And this is not bad. We saw some great black and white towards the end. Really? 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 We have some blue. I think I just take it. Oh my god. That's annoying. There's also an Imperial Aerosaur. Like, this card's great. Oh, damn it. I always say, guys, I know I'm recording this for a stream, but I think I'm going to have to go with, you know, they always say you do bread, bombs removal, etc., but, you know, evasion. But to be honest, my opinion is the first rule of draft is draft again, and I'm going to take the Planeswalker here. Feel free to give me crap down below, either because I opened this sweet card and I'm not in those colors, or because I picked it and I should have picked Aerosaur or Seeker Squire or something like that, because you probably wouldn't be wrong, but again, I think my wallet's a little more important in this situation, just because I want to keep making these videos. So here you go. It's a Jace. He's going in the sideboard. Okay. This is interesting. Do we have a lot of Enter the Battlefield effects? I guess we've got, yeah, we've got Explore, and we've got Draining here. This is a 1/3 for 2. We're trying to be a little bit more aggressive. Here's another Dino. I like this guy. He's got Vigilance, so he can be a little bit more defensive as well. But there's a Cutthroat too. That's also 4 mana. I think a 4 mana 3/3 is better than a 4 mana 2/3, especially if we're trying to be more aggressive. This card's much better than either of these two white cards. So I think I'm going to actually take the Cutthroat here over the rare and the uncommon. I'll take the black common instead. Okay. That sucks. Why is this here? There's also a foil Bloodletter, a Blightkeeper, and a Territorial Hammerskull. I already have 2 Bloodletters. I know it's foil, but foiling on Magic Online is not something that I care about at all. So I'm going to actually take the Hammerskull, one, because I think it's a better creature in this instance than the Bloodletter for our deck, and I think it's even a better pick than the Blightkeeper, to be honest. It's definitely not better than the Monstrosaur, but we're not in red, even though this Sky Terror kind of wants us to be, and I want to be, but I don't want to go into a third color. I think our deck is filling out rather nicely, so I'm going to take this Hammerskull. Let us be a little bit more aggressive. Okay. Well, you know what? There's Jesus. There's another Territorial Hammerskull. I wouldn't hate a Skullduggery, but I think, and another Bloodletter, we could just be mono Hammerskull Bloodletter. I think I'm going to go with another Hammerskull, to be honest, over another Bloodletter. I think if we're tapping stuff down with the Hammerskulls, then anything can get in on the ground or in the air, so it's actually a lot more helpful to us. It has 1 more point of toughness, so that's relevant as well. So I'm going to go with another Hammerskull. All the Hammerskulls. Give them to me, I'll take them. Legion's Judgment, Skullduggery, Slash of Talons, Vampire, Zeal, Anointed Deacon. I don't think we have I guess we have these 2 Bloodletters, right? We have the Paladin of the Bloodstain makes 2 vampires. We have the Bishop Soldier as well. Anointed Deacon's a great card, but it's also 5 mana, which is a little high. I think I'm more than okay with a Skullduggery. I think if we're trying to get in and be aggressive, a 1 mana Skullduggery would be really helpful for us. Again, Legion's Judgment is good, but if they're playing small stuff and we're racing them, this card will feel terrible to draw. So I think going with Skullduggery is actually super helpful, because that against the Mirror or something would actually be really, really helpful. Grim Captain's Call is not what I'm going for, despite what we have in this deck right now. We could theoretically get back, do we have a Dino? Yeah, we have the Territorial Hammerskulls. So we could get back a Pirate, a Vampire, and a Dino, which is actually kind of funny, but I feel like that's kind of a fringe case. There's also a March of the Drowned, which is not terrible. There's a Foil Pterodon Knight, a Looming Altasaur, and a Legion's Judgment. I think for me right now, the choice is between March of the Drowned or... I guess with Grim Captain's Call, it's more expensive. So, and March of the Drowned does something similar. If we have 2 pirates, that's great, but otherwise we can get back like a Hammerskull or something. So I'm going to go with the March here over the Captain's Call. It might be wrong, and you can let me know, like I said, in the comments below. Ooh, okay, so there's another Bright Reprisal or another Direfleet Interloper. I think I want to be a little bit lower on the curve, so I'm going to go with another Interloper here. A 3-3 Menace is great. 2 chances at a 3-3 Menace is even better. So I like the Interloper more than the Reprisal. Again, if we're trying to be aggressive, having one of these in our hand and just kind of begging for them to attack, despite the fact that we want them to be desperately staying back on defense and us still being able to get through and kill them. So I think Interloper is more important. Interesting. I guess I could take a Queen's Agent kind of as my actual top end for creatures, because these are all removal spells. So this would actually be my top end of creatures, as if the game goes long, I have a lifelinker to kind of get me back up, plus it could be a 3-3 or a 4-4. It is 6 mana, which kind of sucks, but I think it'll work out. I might just cut it as well. Okay, so here's the pack that had Jace in it. We have another Bloodletter. We have a Seeker's Squire and a Deadeye Plunderers, but if we're not playing Jace, we're not playing the Plunderers either, although it is a great card, but we don't have a lot of treasure creation, which is where this card thrives. It's actually a tough choice between these two, to be honest, because if it doesn't get the Explorer, then it's just a crappy 1-2 for 2, which I really don't like, whereas the Bloodletter is a Bloodletter, and then we could have 3 Bloodletters and 3 Hammerskulls, and so that's what I'm going to go with. There's an Emergent Growth. There's actual nothing in here for us. I don't even think there's anything that we can... Like, we already have a Brazen Buccaneers. So I guess I'll take this Sailor of Means if we decide that we want to go blue partially. There's a Queen's Bay Soldier. Do we care a lot about the number of, like, the types of vampires that we have? I don't think so. I'll take it. I don't know that it makes the deck. We already have to make cuts. I'll put it in the sideboard. Demystify, same thing. If we come across enchantments, that's relevant. Legion's Judgment, same thing. Big dinos or something. And a Spreading Rot. Those are fine, all fine sideboard cards for us. I have no issues there. I got to make 2 cuts. 2 cuts. What are they? We have 3 Bloodletters. We have 3 Hammerskulls. I like our creatures a lot. We have 17 of them, to be specific. If we group them separately, you can see them here. Okay. 1/1-drop creature kind of sucks. I think I can get rid of Desperate Castaways. It's really not anything for us. It will almost never be able to attack. I'm sure they're like contract killing makes treasure, but I don't know of many other ways that we have to do it. So I'm going to get rid of the Castaways as one. We have 1 more cut to make. I think in the last deck that we had, if you watched last week's upload, we were able to do 24 non-land and 16 land because we had such a low curve, but we were also making treasure. This deck is not the same as last week's, but I think I can pretty safely get... actually, you know what? That's not true, because it's as long as we control a dinosaur, and right now we have 3 Hammerskulls and a Raptor Companion. That's not the worst. I think we can keep this, but the question is, we still have to make a cut. What is it? It might be March. How many pirates do we have? We have 2 Direfleet Interlopers, a Deadeye Tormentor. Is that it? I think that's it, right? So we have 3 pirates. Oh, 4. Sorry. The Cutthroat as well. So we have 4 pirates. I think I'm okay with taking March out. I think if our opponent has a very removal-heavy deck, then we can put it back in so that we can try to get some of our stuff back, something that they took a long time to get rid of. We can just bring it back and have them be upset. This is interesting. I'm not sure that this is as good as last week's, but we will definitely see. Like I said, we're trying to follow up how we did last week. Let's see how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have much less white than black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm sure I miscounted here. All right, so it's going to recommend 10, 7. I'm actually going to go 9, 8. I'd much rather it be relatively even and not treat white as a splash, because if we're missing white, I'm going to be really upset about it. And the less we kind of mess ourselves up in that respect, the better. So here's the deck. I don't hate it. We'll see how it does once I, finish up the first round or two. Maybe I'll change my tune, but for now, this is the deck. I'm going to save it, and I'll see you guys in a second for round 1. All right, let's see how this deck works in round 1. We won the die roll. That's something. Well, with 1 land, it doesn't work, is the answer. So mulliganing is important. Yes, I will mulligan. Well, that's not exceptional either, but this one I think I'm going to have to keep, especially because they kept as well. We're on the play, which sucks, but we do get to scry. And our scry is a contract killing. Great. That gets to go on the bottom of our library. That's unfortunate. Let's play a land and pass. They are part red. Well, we drew another land, but we got a long way to go before we get a creature unless we start drawing some. Okay, they have an Unknown Shores. They play the Thematic Compass. Well, it lets them get lands. Here's our second color. I'm going to still play mono black and not clue them in as to our second color, because this Pterodon Knight is going to come out as a 3/3 for 4 because it's our only play, and we'll see what happens. Okay, well, it's a thing. At least we're getting the land. It's just that now we need creatures. We have 17 of them. Are they countering this? No, they're just using that. Okay, that's fine. I don't care. This flips when they have 7 or more lands, and they can Maze of Ith one of our creatures. That's fine. I mean, unfortunately, with only 2 creatures, that's an issue. What are they, like 75 colors? What the hell's happening here? Thrash of Raptors. Okay. Sure. What do we draw? Another land. So we could walk the planket, but I think what I'm going to do is go to combat first and attack. They don't know that we have nothing to play this turn, so and they don't block either. All right. Well, let's play a Plains. Next turn we have Queen's Agent. We could just kill this thing. I think we want to. I think it might be a little early to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. And that's going to be our turn. Next turn, we have a 3/3 lifelinker that could be a 4/4 lifelinker. So that's a thing. We also have Skullduggery for right now, although I don't see how that could help us. Hey, look, a Pterodon Knight. Well, now I can see how it'll help us. But that means we wouldn't be able to play this. We'll have to see. We'll see what happens. Ooh, a Hammer Skull. Okay. Well, let's attack first. If they block, we Skullduggery and then Hammer Skull. If they don't, we Queen's Agent. How's that? No blocks. Queen's Agent it is. All right. Now, we don't want a land off of this Explorer. 1, we don't need it, and 2, okay. Well, we got it anyway. Great. Next. Next turn, please. We have a 3/3 lifelinker that I probably wouldn't block with if they attacked. We're up high enough ahead of them, or far enough ahead of them, that I'm not super worried about it. Yeah, this is interesting. I'm like a little worried about what they're doing. Okay, so this beefs up their creature. So now I'm definitely not blocking. But they're not attacking, so that's fine. Okay, a Paladin of the Bloodstained is nice, combined with Skullduggery. We can't play all of it. We can play the 2 creatures, but we can't play Skullduggery then. But I'm going to attack first with both, if they're leaving this back to block, Skullduggery is going to help us out quite a bit. So let's just swing in. Yes, I was hoping they'd block the lifelinker, because then we gain more life. Target creature I control gets +1/+1. Target creature they control gets -1/-1. Sweet. So we just swap power and toughness, basically. And then their creature dies, and we gain 4 life, and they take 3. That's a sweet turn for me. Love it. All right, I'm going to do the Paladin this turn, I think. Gives me 2 more creatures, one of which has lifelink. Oh, are they countering it? Nope, they're just using their compass again. Well, next turn they will have their 7th, and they can Maze of Ith something. But we're going to have a Hammer Skull as well, so I think it's going to be a little too fast for them. Hopefully, of course. It's kind of the plan. They're dirtling around with all these lands. We actually had a really slow start. We mulliganed to 6 and didn't have enough land, and we're still doing relatively okay. I don't want to speak out of turn or anything, but yep, Star of Extinction. Well, thankfully, Territorial Hammerskull's aplenty up in here. So let's play a Hammerskull followed by a Hammerskull and pass. They just Star of Extinctioned us. That's hilarious. Hilarious. Is that what they have all this mana for? Please tell me that's not the only reason they have all of this. That they're like splashing red for the star. Oh my god. Okay. Well, they're tapping 1,000,000 here too, so what do they have for 5? A Raging Swordtooth. It deals 1 damage to each other creature. That's not a huge deal. And if it's the only thing they're playing, even if it's not, it's just going to get tapped. Okay. Okay. Wow. They sure did it. Interesting. Okay, well that kind of sucks. Now this flips into a Maze of Ith. All right, so now we're in a little bit of trouble. Did I torment her? Well, that sucks. We could wait. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm not blocking this 5/5 yet. I've got a little bit of time. We might be screwed here, but we might not. It's not the end of the world. This is the card that we didn't take because there was a Jace in the pack. So they have a 6/6 flyer, so we wouldn't have been able to block it anyway. Yep, we take 6 and go to 18. Oh, that's fine. I don't know why we're not just passing like that. Okay. Well, we drew a land. That's unfortunate. And we could take 6 or we could take 8 next turn and go to 10. This doesn't seem the best. We'll just wait. See what happens. What happens is we get attacked for 8. That makes sense. Can't block. Do they play anything? They have 2 cards in hand. Oh my god. What is happening? There's an X cost of some kind that I'm not remembering offhand. How did they just gain 1,000,000 life? What am I missing? What am I missing? Did they just play that thing that swaps life totals? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Sanguine Sacre. Okay. All right. And then it goes on the bottom of their library. Okay. Well, we can vanquish the weak on their flyer and then play a Tormentor. That's a thing that's an option for us. We're not dead yet, folks. We are not dead yet. All right. We're definitely not in a good position, but we're not dead. Yeah. I think this time we still don't block. We don't know what they have coming up. So they play a Jungle Delver, which they could put 1,000,000 counters on, and we just drew another land. Okay, well, can they put 4 counters on it between this turn and next turn? Yes, they can. 1, 2, yeah, they can. That's fine. We'll make them do it. Actually, they don't need to put a million. They can just put... we just block here, take 3. Actually, we can just block this if this gets huge, but we're still dead either way. So it's fine. All right, let's just move on to the next game. Save me some time. See if we can figure out what's going on. They have a million different things going on. Now, the question is, guys, do I do it? If they've got Star of Extinction, if they've got 5 different colors or 4 different colors or 3 different colors or whatever, is it worth this? If it is, what do we take out? That's a tough call. There's some things we can Legion's Judgment as well. And I think that would be more important. So if we take out, let's say, a Bloodletter for the Legion's Judgment, and then we take out... These are all important. Do we just put in the Spreading Rots? That feels awful. That feels really awful. I want to see how this works out. Let's see what happens. I'm playing 42. What a terrible person. Yeah, I guess I'll play first again. It didn't help us last time, but we didn't have much of a hand. This one's better. It's going to feel real bad when we get up to 5. We need 2 more black, but that's fine. I think we can get started a little early again against this opponent. We kind of need to. So, yeah. All right, Bishop Soldier out early. Let's start hitting, gaining some life. We can play a Paladin, hopefully, soon. Okay, well, even if they block, we're still gaining the life. It's annoying, but Ixali's Diviner. Yeah, so they just have another one. Interesting. Okay. We have another Plains. Okay, well, it's a 1/4, so we might as well attack. We can gain some life from out of it. Let's do it. Yep. Your turn. They have the other one. They get a mountain off the Explorer, which they immediately play. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, we got the black. All right. Well, that's skullduggery, but is it worth it to kill an O3? I don't think it is. So I think if we just... Well, the important thing is we have to play the black, because if we draw another black next turn, we have contract killing, but if we don't play the black, then we don't, and that would be dumb. Hold on. Let's attack first. If they block, we still gain the life. If they don't block, they take 2. Yeah, that's fine. You did it. All right. So we have a Paladin of the Bloodstained, which is nice. Yep. And then that's our turn. Next turn, we have Bright Reprisal or... Well, if we draw a black, we have Contract Killing. Pterodon Knight is fine. No attacks. That's good. And we drew the black. Sweet. Okay. So the question is, who do we use it on? I think right now the answer is no one. I really don't see a reason to use it this turn. I think we know they have bigger stuff, so I think we can wait for that. We have 5 mana now, but I think we just swing out, well, at least with these 2, and then keep Skullduggery as backup for any nonsense blocks like with this 3/3. So let's try it. I'll leave the 1/1 back if we, for whatever reason, really need to block. We'll gain a life out of the deal and prevent some damage. So let's see what they do. Okay. So what we can do is we can... I guess we only have to do it here. We can't kill the 1/4, but we can Skullduggery, give the Lifelinker +1/+1, the Pterodon Knight -1/-1, and go from there. And that'll be... Actually, that's our whole turn anyway, so that's fine. Very good. They're saving their own life total, which is important for them, of course. We can't play either of these, but again, we don't... Well, this as an instant. Okay. That's a... Interesting. They have Slice in Twain? For what? Did they see any artifacts or enchantments from us? Oh, sweet. Allegiance Judgment. That's fun. That's very interesting. What the hell did they see from us that made them want to do that? All right. Well, we can Legion's Judgment on this guy, and then we'll still have Contract Killing for something else later. Or we can Contract Killing on this guy and have Legion's Judgment for something else later. But I think the answer is just Legion's Judgment. And then we can attack with these two again. They probably just put the 0/3 in front of this, the 1/4 in front of this. So maybe we just attack with the Lifelinker. And this is a sorcery, so we might as well just do it now. And attack with just this guy. I'll leave the 3/2 back as a blocker. For their 1/4, I'll just gain some life. That's fine. Another Ixalan's Diviner? Why? Why do you have so many of this card? It doesn't even get you lands. I mean, I guess it does because of that right there. But still, that's terrible. All right, whatever. I guess it's blockers, right? Unless I have Territorial Hammerskulls. Whoops, that is not what I wanted. There we go. Hammerskull, please. Let's gain some more life. And that'll be it. Next turn, we can start tapping stuff and attacking with more stuff. They put up a nice wall. I'll give them that. Thrash of Raptors is a thing that can be contract killed. Right now it's just a 3/3 though. Dark Nourishment is also something we could do to that thing. That's fun. It's an instant. So if we go like that, let's do that. Dark Nourishment on this. Kill it. We gain 3 life. Yes. They're doing something. They tapped 2. Okay. All right. So they made it bigger. They don't have a Merfolk, but they made it a 4/4. We still gain the life. They still take the damage. So the question is, do we just tap it and attack anyway now? Or do we let it block? Okay. Well, if we attack with these two, then we can tap that. Yep. Yep. Fine with me. Well, we haven't changed their life total at all this game, but we've definitely changed ours. Problem is, they might have a much better late game than us. Although, I won't forget that Star of Extinction affects them just as much as it affects us, and we still have 2 removal spells in our hand. So, And they only need one more mana to be able to, one more land, I should say, to be able to cast the star. No attacks either. We do, I guess we do have 4, right? So, okay. Well, if this is going to be what we're doing, this is like kind of annoying, but I feel like we have just forever. Like, we're just doing this forever now. They're just going to block, and yeah, we know the drill. Okay. One of us is going to draw something relevant before the other. All right, they're going to combat. They don't attack. They're being very patient. That's fine. We drew another land. So we have 8 land. Okay, time to do this again. Go to combat. Attack with both of these. Tapping this guy. And gaining many more life. Okay. We still have Bright Reprisal if they finally decide to start getting aggressive with this guy. If they play like another dinosaur and then attack. If they play the Raging Swordtooth, this dies. They play Vance's Blasting Cannons, so they can exile the top card of their library and they can cast it. And then if they cast the 3rd card in a turn, they transform it, and then they can start pinging our creatures or us for 3. That's relevant. We do have Demystify, although we have to win this game to be able to put it in, because it's not in our deck right now. Because we didn't see any enchantments from them last game, at least that I recall. Okay. Come on, man. Our deck definitely has more than lands. Are we just doing the same thing here? I think we are. Especially now that they're going to be basically drawing 2 cards a turn with the Blasting Cannons. We're going to do the same thing that we've been doing. Nothing new, nothing different. Being nice and boring and annoying, and it's annoying for me too, but we just have to be patient. Ooh, they're actually taking damage. Why? Oh. Okay. So they're killing their own creature as well. Okay, but they wanted to do the extra point of damage, so it's worth it to them. And now they can wipe our board. I guess they must have just drawn that. That's fine. Okay. The blocks happen, both creatures die, and so I guess what we do is get more mana and kill... Is it worth it? I guess maybe it's not. We're at such a high life total, I don't think that they're threatening us in any way. So I think we're fine here. I'm really worried about something more aggressive than this. They exile the top card of their library, and it's a Jungle Delver, so they can play it for 1 green. So I'm sure they will. Yup. That's fine. They can start putting counters on that like crazy. I could also just Bright Reprisal the 4/4. Yep. And I get to draw a card off of it, which is nice. It's a land. At least we're getting them out of the deck. It's a Queen's Agent. We can literally almost play both. We would need 1 more land and we could play both. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they could put 2 counters on this, which if this finds a land, would be able to actually trade here. But I still think I'm going to go for it. Plus we can... If it's not a land, we can decide whether it goes to our graveyard if it can't help us right now. Of course, it's a land. Why wouldn't it be? All right. So I guess we pass here. More lifelink, though. I'm sure our opponent's pleased with that. They're just putting a counter on it. That makes sense. All right, what do they get off the blasting cannons? They get an Imperial Aerosaur. That sucks. For us, of course. Although we can kill it with a contract killing, but I mean, it'll jump something for one turn. Which if they want to... I guess if they want to put the counter on this thing now, they can hit us for 4 instead of 3. Yes? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. I'll go to 35. Sure. Thankfully, we have a gigantic cushion to protect our life total. What we don't have is a lot of time on our clock. No blocks. Nope. Okay. Oh my god. Well, that's a thing, isn't it? Let's... I feel like if we drew the rest of our deck, we could just play it. Like, with all these artifacts and stuff, this is crazy. Crazy. Sure. I'll attack for 3, I'll gain 3 life. You can either lose one of your O3s or take it. I haven't brought them below 20 yet this game. They're actually going to let me do it now. Yep. Okay. That's fine. Okay. What do they exile? A forest? Sure. It's not a spell, right? You have to be... It says you can cast it? Yeah. So that just stays exiled. Okay. They can thin out their library. At this point, milling them or decking them is actually somewhat of a possibility, which is frustrating because we'll have no time left if that's the case for game 3. They activate the compass. They get a land. It flips. But again, they're thinning out their deck, which is nice. And this is giving them 2 cards a turn, although they have to play 3 cards a turn, which they... I don't know that they're going to have that option. Yeah, no blocks. I guess I can just go like that and save my clock a little bit more. Okay. Sword Tooth, that's 1 damage. That's fine. Flip that. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, well, we're not attacking then, I guess, because... Oh, well, actually, Maze of Ith is tapped right now, so I might as well. I know it's not actually Maze of Ith, but it's Maze of Ith. Oh. Yeah. That was really dumb. Whatever. I'm like... This is ridiculous. Alright, so what does Sanguine Sacrament do again? You gain twice X life. Okay, that's why. Because I had skipped through it last game when they were... I had F6'd, so I didn't get to see it. But yeah, they'll gain like 1,000,000 life and then put it on the bottom of their library, which actually I guess means they can't be decked, right? Oh, unless we draw a Deadeye Tormentor and make them discard it. Okay, well, we're at comparable life totals until I take 8 here, but that's fine. Yeah, so that's there he is. That's the plan. I'm going to play something later. I'm going to attack with it. I'm going to play this guy and make them discard the Sanguine Sacrament. But they have to then have nothing else in their hand, which... Ugh. Ritual Rejuvenation? It feels really bad to lose to these terrible cards, but we have not been fast enough, and 13 land... I mean, I feel like we drew 5 lands in a row? Okay, cool, you destroyed... I really needed that. Oh, man. Does it draw them a card? It does. Okay, so that's something at least. Wild Growth Walker happens. You cast their third spell, so they can flip it. They have 9 turns, although again, We know Sanguine Sacrament's on the bottom, so putting another counter on this guy, so they hit me for 9. I don't have any blocks. Okay, so I go to 21. I drew another land because why wouldn't I? Oh man. 18 cards left in my deck. What? 2 of them are land? 3? 3. This is ridiculous. Alright, that's fine. Oh, okay, technically, arguably, we saw the New Horizons if we had wanted to put in the enchantment destruction for that. Yep. 11 damage, but they're putting another counter on this guy. 12 damage. Putting another counter on this guy. 13 damage. They could do it again. Unless they want to... Yep, 14. Sure, I don't have any blockers. Slash of Town. I literally can't kill anything with this right now. So I just lose. This is ridiculous. I'll... okay, they won. That's 100% the game. That's a damn shame. This deck did not help us at all. But if we lost this round, hopefully we'll play somebody with a worse deck next round, although that deck was not incredible. But it did beat us, so I guess I can't talk too bad about it, right? So, guys, I'll be back with round 2 in just a second. Okay, we are back for round 2. Can we actually just pretend that that last round didn't happen? Welcome to round 1, guys. We have our 2 creatures that we have a million of, so let's keep it. It's not an amazing hand by any means, but apparently our deck likes to give us land, so I'm not going to argue with it. Let's play a swamp first, I guess. Okay. We, of course, drew a land, so let's play a land and pass. I realized we also didn't see any of our spreading rots last game either, even though we put 2 in. But, of course we didn't, because we saw, what, 2 spells after we started drawing nothing but land again. Alright, well, this is a good blocker for that, plus we get to drain them, so why not? Oh, good. It's not really the mirror, I'm sure, because I'm sure they have... Yeah. Yep. Okay. That's fine. Skullduggery would be nice right now. But it might just be a land. Yep. Come on, man. What the hell is happening? Okay. Somebody could probably go back and check. I genuinely want to know how many land I drew in a row in the last game and then in this game, and then just combine those 2 numbers together for how many damn lands I've drawn. Oh my god. We have half of our land right now, and it's turn 4. Half of them, guys. Half. Oh, look. Oh my god. What the hell is happening? I guess if they're going to tap our stuff anyway and we're not really going to be blocking, we don't win this race at all, right? Do we just attack with both? Like, we attack with both and then tap this, but they block here, so they only take 2? That feels dumb. But they're just going to tap this and then not attack with this, and we take 4 anyway. Damn. These are tough choices. Fine. Pass. I really don't know what to do. Like, if I had spells, I could actually, like, decide what's going on here, but this was in my... These 2 were in my opening hand, and I haven't seen anything since, so... I need to, I guess, play more conservatively, because I've got, what, 8 8 more possible turns of drawing land. Oh, why would they do that? That's interesting. I guess I'll block here. Oh, because then they can get in with their 1/3, but then you're only getting in for 1 damage? Unless they have like a Skullduggery or something, and then I'm just screwed. Nope. Okay. Yeah, Slash of Talons. Great. Okay. That's fine then. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they have our deck, but they draw spells and they have better cards. Hey, look, we got a replacement Hammerskull. That's fun, I guess. I could attack and offer the trade, but I really don't want to, so let's just pass again, I guess. No, pass. This is like... It was funny, now it's just kind of annoying. Okay, and they just tap our last creature. So we take 7 and go to 8. So if we draw a land, we've basically lost. We've seen 2 unique spells this whole game. That's funny. That's really funny. Alright, and it comes into play tapped because of the Sunwing, so we can't attack if we want to be alive, because we will only have 1 blocker since they also have a Hammerskull. No. Interesting. And I know technically I would go to 1, but then technically they'd get an Anointed Deacon, so they're just going to pump up this. Whichever one of these they don't pump up, I'll block with the Bloodletter. Okay. Or maybe, actually no, maybe I guess I do have to just kill off my creatures here. I mean, like, which one are they tapping, the flyer or the ground? I assume the flyer, yeah, that's fine. So I'll block the Hammerskull with a Hammerskull. Yep, it's my only option. Everything else is in the air. Oh my god. I think for sideboarding, we're just going to take all the land out of our deck. I think that might actually allow us to have some stuff to play. All right, so we have a Paladin of the Bloodstained, but everything's in the air, right? 1, 2, 3, and we're just at 1, and we have 1 flying blocker, which they're just going to tap, so we might as well concede. We've only shown them 2 cards in our deck, although we've shown them that we have 3 Hammerskulls. Holy crap. What a... I don't even know how to really sideboard here, because we didn't see anything from us. Legion's Judgment isn't really correct here, because it would just get something, so far from what we've seen, it would just get something that the Anointed Deacon powered up. I think we just have to submit and hope that we actually can play this game. We'll see. This might be karma for how well I did last time. I'd be... oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even see that they said good luck, have fun. Let me tell them that I didn't see it. Okay, that's better. Yes, I would love to play first. And I'll keep this hand. That is not bad. Hey, look. What a surprise. We have these 2. I feel like that's how this deck is supposed to go. Oh my god. They've already mulliganed to 5. Okay. Okay, well, we told them good luck, have fun, and then they just drew very, very poorly. So I will play this Plains and pass. Actually, let's check. Did they put it on the top or the bottom? Bottom. That sucks too. All right. All right, we will ooh, we can actually play something because we just drew it. Bishop Soldier. Sweet. Fine with me. Oh man, if we get another land, that'd be sweet. All right, well, let's attack first, I guess. And then we can do, I guess, the Hammer Skull, because they know we have 1,000,000 of them. So, why not? They have 3 land. They have... Ooh, okay, Queen's Commission's nice for them. Ooh, we drew our 4th land. Okay, let's... I guess we swing in, right? I mean, the Hammer Skull taps one of the tokens so that they can't double block and kill our Bishop Soldier. No blocks at all. Okay. We'll play a land. Let's go use our mana effectively and play the Interloper and hopefully not explore a land, although I guess in this case it wouldn't be terrible. I'll keep that on top. And now I have a 3/3 Menace. Menace combined with Hammer Skull is gross, because you can just tap one of their blockers. Ooh, okay, but when they play a creature that makes another creature, that's good for them. Okay. And of course, the Hammer Skull, we knew that was coming. I guess we could play it because they know that we have it. We could also use the Hammer Skull to tap this guy down and then attack with both. And if they want to trade stuff off, then we'll let them because we have another Hammer Skull coming up. So let's just swing out. And we will tap their big guy. Oh, that's even better. That is even better. You know what's interesting, though? They know we have 3. They saw all 3 of them last game. So we'll just play the 3rd one now. Or the 2nd one, I guess, now. Arguel's Bloodfast. So they can pay life, draw cards. They are getting pretty low. And when it transforms, what is it? They can sack creatures to gain life equal to their toughness. Right now, that's not very high, and if they're sacking creatures, then we're just going to be able to get for a lot more, so actually I don't feel bad about that card being played at all. Now we can start bloodlettering 1,000,000 times, so let's go to combat. Let's attack first. Tap their big guy again. Yep. So they take 5. Oh. Interesting. Okay. We can't do anything about that. So the Hammer Skull dies. That's fine, but we can start bloodlettering. Excuse me. They're at 10. Now they're at 9. That's interesting. Okay. Let's see. No attacks, which makes sense. We don't have the Hammer Skull anymore, so this would not be an optimal play. Do we still just swing out? Yeah, because this can only block on the ground, and if they want to trade here, that's fine with me. So we still swing out. We're getting them down to that life total that they want to be at to flip it. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, we'll kill all that. That's fine with me too. Sure. Everything dies. They take 4, go to 5. Their Bloodfast flips, but they don't have... Ooh, Skullduggery. Oh, and we already ordered 2? That's nice. That's really nice for them. Okay. Yeah. So we don't get to kill anything. Not bad, not bad at all. Let's do another Bloodletter. Take them to 5. Does this have to flip? You may. Okay. And it's on their upkeep too. Okay. You know what sucks? If we draw Contract Killing right now, we don't have it. 1, because we don't have 5, but we also don't have double black. So do they transform it? They do. They could gain 2 and or 1 life. Do they have to tap it to do it? Yeah. Okay. Kinjali's Sunwing again. That's fine. Okay. Still no attacks. That makes sense. Hey! An Interloper. That's awesome. Do we attack here? I don't think we do. Interesting. All right. Well, let's play the Interloper. Let's let it explore. Let's see what it finds. Not a land? I guess if it's a land, it's Bright Reprisal, so I wouldn't hate it. Raptor Companion can actually go in the graveyard. It doesn't help us right now. I'd almost prefer a land, because then we can have Bright Reprisal. I know this comes into play tapped. That's fine. We have 2 flyers, so they could block 1. We could get in for 2, bring them to 3, which is not super relevant right now. And then they would just block here and trade off, and if they had any other shenanigans or something. So that's fine for now. We'll just pass. If they do, for whatever reason, decide to attack with this, we can just double block and feel really good about it. Hammer Skull. Yep. That's fine. If we get a land, Bright Reprisal is really good for that. That'll help us out quite a bit. There it is. Okay, so then the question is, do we attack now? Double blocking on this. They don't have... Well, I guess they do technically have Skullduggery mana up, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to swing out and see what happens. It's difficult decisions for them. They are at 5 and we are at 32. We can risk being a little aggressive here, even if it's a little stupidly aggressive, but that's totally fine. Yep. Yep. I'm okay with all of that. They're taking 2, going to 3. Oh, but I got you. They gained 1. That's fine. And then I guess I end my turn. I'll keep Bright Reprisal up for the Hammer Skull or the Sunwing, technically. I guess in this case the Sunwing's better because we have this flyer. So we have some eventuality. Although we did see them have kind of a million flyers last game. So... Alright, they're going to combat. Let's see if they attack. Just with the Hammer Skull. No, they're keeping this back. I'm going to wait. It'll draw us a card, I get it, but if it's our only piece of removal, like we're at 34, and this was already tapped, so I'm not that concerned. What do they have for 4 to 5 mana? 5 mana for an Anointed Deacon. Okay, that's fine. So they can't pump it. Well, they can pump itself. All right, we have a land. We have 6. Interesting. We don't have the Hammer Skulls, so Pterodon Knight's not super useful, which is kind of annoying. That was my fear with keeping this card in the deck. We have Queen's Agent, but we also have Bright Reprisal. I think we just pass here. Hoping that they fall into the Bright Reprisal trap. I'd be happy to kill the Anointed Deacon. I know the Kinjali Sunwing is probably the better target for it, but we might draw something else. And yeah, it's going to do it to itself because it's the only target that it can choose. And then do they attack? They do. And they tap my only blocker, which is totally fine. I'm just going to go ahead and go like that and kill it. I don't think I'm aware of any responses in those 2 colors that could stop this from happening. There's no bounce in any of those colors. There's no counter spells. That's all blue. They're playing something. What am I missing? Costly Plunder. So they're sacking it to draw 2 cards. Okay. Spell Fizzles, I don't draw a card, and then they tap our creature, which was fine. I wasn't going to block with it anyway. Okay, well, they drew 2, we drew none. That's something. That's definitely something. We're at 30. They play another Queens. Oh, no, that was a Call to the Feast. Okay. Skullduggery is definitely a thing that will help us out here. So let's actually attack. They're tapped out, so no more stopping this. +1/+1, -1/-1, and a black. Very good. And then for funsies, we can play the knight because we have the mana for it and nothing else. They can tap it down and swing in, which is fine. They are gaining life here, which is annoying. We can start taking care of that soon, hopefully. Okay, or they could have another Anointed Deacon. That's annoying. Yep, one of their lifelinkers gets bigger. They tap our thing down. Might as well just go like that. There will be no blocks on my end. And they gain 5, so they go to 9. That's a shame. Okay, let's see what we draw. They have 2 mana. No, we draw a land. It's been a while. I guess I can't complain. Okay, so the question is, do we even bother attacking? I think we don't. Let's leave back some blockers here. Hopefully this actually explores a non-land. That would be awesome. It doesn't, of course. All right, because if that had 4, that would have helped us quite a bit, because this Anointed Deacon would have had to target itself to be able to kill it. But now we have bad blocks on the vampires. I guess we could Pterodon Knight block and not feel bad, although they might tap that one. I'm not so sure. They might tap the lifelinker. I think that makes more sense for them. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll try and trade. Sure, they can gain 3, but I'll at least start thinning out their numbers a little. Okay. That's definitely a thing. That sucks. Okay. Queen's Bay Soldier. Ooh, we drew the Hammer Skull. Well, that was what I was kind of afraid of, but I figured since we already had 2 that we wouldn't have drawn the 3rd, but I think as we've seen, the ratios in our deck are not actual mathematical ratios. They're just whatever's going to make me angriest. But that's fine. I'm not upset. We have a flyer that we can attack with, but they're gaining 1,000,000 life a turn. They can tap one of our creatures down. They can like Voltron one of their little guys with these 2 or on the 2/2 or something. So I think we're done, unfortunately. I think there's a little bit more that we have to do before we can feel confident. This is super frustrating, but this is also this format. That is what this format wants, is a lot of small things. Besides the Hammer Skull, like, there aren't a lot of... How do we block this 1/1? We can... They can give it +1/+1. They have 1 other card in their hand. What do I block with? I guess I'll block with the lifelinker. It kind of sucks, but at least with this combo, we can get in for some flying damage if we tap their flyer, and yeah, that's fine. Doesn't really matter. I mean, they gain an extra life, which is important because they're so low, of course. Of course. We're not going to be able to get out of this if that's what we're drawing. Okay. I mean, that's our turn. I can't really attack. They'll just swing out instead. Yeah, because they can hit me for 11 if I had no blockers. But I think... I don't know. I think if I were in their position, I'd probably start swinging out soon. Yeah, there you go. Like, at least start... Yeah. Yep. And whichever vampire I don't block gets buffed. And they just tap the flyer, so we have a 2/3 that can block. So if I block here, they pump it and it doesn't die. If I block here, they pump it and they gain more life. But I think the best block is here. They bounce off of each other, but then they both then mine lives as well. Yep, they can also start gaining life off of some toughness if they really wanted to, but they really... Oh my god. Come on, man. There's no reason for me to be drawing this many lands now. No reason at all. All right. I thought this turn we might have actually not drawn a land and we could actually start trying to do some stuff, but no. It looks like we're just going to draw nothing but land and lose now. Yep. We can block the flyer. So we take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. So we're not dead. We can block here and not be dead. That's something. Oh my God. Now we're dead? Oh my God. How is this even possible? Like like I said, it was funny before. It's super not funny now. Like we had a chance. Oh man. That sucks. All right. So what's the deal? We block their biggest, which is this 4-2. We take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we lose. Okay, great. Well, that happens. That sucks. All right, well, you guys already know the title of this video, but I'm just kind of figuring it out now for myself. All right, so we're going to try and go to round 3. We've already lost 2 rounds in a row, but let's see if the luck is in our favor. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're going to play it anyway, see if the deck can actually do well, and I'll be back with round 3 in just a second. All right, well, this game is for nothing, but we'll do it anyway. They're playing first, and we are okay with our hand. I mean, Pterodon Knight's not amazing, but we've been there. They did mulligan. We are keeping our 7. Do they go to 5? They went to 6. And they stayed at 6. Where did they put it? On the top. Well, they must have liked it. Okay. They're part red. They play a rigging runner. No raid trigger. So it's just a 1/1 first striker. Gotcha. Skullduggery will be fun with that guy. Hey, we drew our second color, which is usually would make me feel confident, but really all that means is that for the next 6 turns, we're going to be drawing land. If I had to, like, put a number on it, for example. That's super interesting. That's so weird. Last week we did really well. If you check out last week's video, last week's draft video, we did really well, and it was with similar strategies. I think we had much better cards, like we had like rares and stuff that we could actually use, but still, I mean, all right. If we draw, okay. I was kidding. I was kidding about the land. I was kidding. It was a joke. It's a joke. I don't actually need more land. We're good now. I have 5. Technically, there's 1 card in my deck that costs 6, but if I draw it, then I'll ask for the land. I don't actually need any more. Please, thank you, Magic Online gods or overlords or whatever. Oh, cool. Headstrong Brute. That sucks. Skullduggery doesn't help too much with that, but I guess a little bit. Yes, I take 1. Clearly no blocks. What do I draw? Oh my God. I seriously was kidding. I was totally kidding. I don't want it. I don't really want it. This is insane. There's no way this is happening. I hope you guys are having fun. This is insane. Win a trophy 1 week and draw only lands next week. Okay. Their dino spells cost less. They have a menace guy. They have a... sure, I'll bite. What pump spell can I get out of your hand? None. Cool. All right, well... we have options, I guess. They have a menace creature, so we can play this guy to block said menace creature. We can then go to combat and attack with this flying creature. We drew a non-land, guys. That's a thing that we did for the first time in a long time. All right. Let's see what we can do here. We got Jace. That's my accomplishment for the day. I opened a Jace. I can trade it away. It'll be great. Still attacking. As I said last time, let's see what pump spell I can get out of your hand. I'll double block. I'll gain a life out of the deal. That's cool. Unless you kill it somehow. But yep, that's fine. What do they have for 5 mana? They can play some pretty scary stuff starting at 5, or they could pass their turn. Okay. Well, thankfully, now it is relevant because we can tap 4, play a Direfleet Interloper, and still have Skullduggery up. So let's explore. We find a Walk the Plank. Let's keep that on top. That's great. And let's attack. I know I should be attacking first, but this is a game that does not matter, and we're actually drawing non-lands, so I'm not super worried at this exact moment. Let's see if I eat my words. Okay, they have 6. They could play the what is he? A 6/6 trample, 5/5 trample. They could just steal my creature for a turn. That seems useless. Sure. I'll take 4. That's why I'm not a fan of hijack. Like you should use it as a last resort to like win. But right now, like I just don't care. Like you just have a tapped 1/2 now, and I just get my 3/3 back untapped. And you did nothing else for your turn? Yeah, that's why I don't like hijack. All right, what do we have? 6 total. So we can Pterodon Knight and leave up Walk the Plank or Skull. Well, Walk the Plank is a sorcery, but still. We can do 1, 2, 3, 4. Pterodon Knight it up. 1 card in hand for our opponent. So let's attack for 5. Okay. And I guess we'll end our turn. Skullduggery is here for no apparent reason. I'm not walking the plank a 1/2 that's going to make their dinos cost 1 less and can give a dino haste. Okay. I don't care. That's fine. We can walk the plank that guy next turn. And then get in for 1,000,000. No attacks, obviously, and that's their turn. Okay. Ooh, Dark Nourishment. Even better. So, Dark Nourishment kills him. We gain 3. And, whoops, we're not in combat yet. Now we attack with everybody. Perfect. You're going to have to start blocking eventually. Or you go to 2. You can only block here. You don't block at all. Okay. Very good. I have 1 mana up for Skullduggery. Again. Actually, they know we have it. No, they know we have Walk the Plank. Okay, that was what it was. All right, well, they have 6 mana, 2 cards in hand. They've had that 1 card for a while. All right, so they concede. We're just going to run it back. Like I said, this match kind of doesn't matter. So let's just do it. Like, it matters because it's more opportunity to practice and things like that, but we already knew going in that whether our opponent's decks were actually better than ours or whether we got screwed over, either way, I don't really care for excuses. I'm just trying to learn, get better, and yeah, hopefully you guys learned something as well. Which is that this deck likes the lands in it. There are only 17. Look, the number is 17. There aren't more than that. Maybe the deck's just mad that I played 42 instead of 40. Who knows? We like I said, when we played those Spreading Rots round 1, we didn't see them. There's really nothing else. I mean, this is great. I probably could have like tried to dink some blue in here since for this last round, since it didn't matter, but still, you know, like Demystify in the other round would have been helpful. Legion's Judgment in last round could have been helpful. There are a lot of different things that we could have put in. I don't know that Spreading Rot was correct, and I'm sure either you guys already let me know or will if you felt like it was the wrong or the right thing to do. But yeah, just waiting for them. They're apparently making some tough sideboard decisions after what they saw in game 1 from us. Man, our pack one pick one. It almost went real well for us, but then it didn't. We only ended up with 2 red cards. Brazen Buccaneers and a Sky Terror. We ended up with a heck of a lot more blue and a pretty good one. I mean, I guess in limited, like, there are, I guess this is the 3rd in terms of the Planeswalkers in this set, but it's still a Planeswalker, so he's just kind of a win more. So, because you're just drawing cards, but if you're already dealing the combat damage to a player, so then you're just going to be looting, drawing and then discarding. You could also make illusions and of him or of, you know, the actual token variety. I don't know. He's definitely not the best, but okay. With this hand, yeah, we play it. Bloodletter attacks into Tormentor. That's fine. I will keep this hand. Do they keep theirs? They do, it looks like. Yeah, they do. Okay. Hey, they played a Jungle Delver. We saw that guy. Vanquish the Weak is a thing that we have now. That's cool. Okay. What do they have? Besides a relatively obvious attack for 1 that we will not be blocking. Another Jungle Delver. Okay, so they may have just put in stuff to just be faster, I assume. Okay. Interesting. We can't really do much else, so we just wait. We just wait. A 3rd land. They only have 1 color. That either means that they are off red or that they may be sideboarded out of red, because they did spend quite a lot of time during sideboard. So either is technically possible. I'm not going to assume that they're off of a color when it's possible that they just boarded out of it. We have 2 Bloodletters. We have a Vanquish the Weak, but I'm not that concerned. So let's put the Bloodletter in here. Regain 1 of those lost hit points, or health, or whatever you want to call it, from one of these attacks. Great. Well, they'll have their 4th land this turn, so I'm still not blocking, because then they can just kill my Bloodletter, and I want it to be able to attack for this Deadeye Tormentor. Oh, they didn't play a land. Okay. then I will block. They might have like Crash the Ramparts, but if that's the case, I'll trade 1 for one of your cards. I'm not super upset. I'll still have the Bloodletter Tormentor plan if that's the case. But otherwise I get to just kill one of your dorks. No, they're playing something. I guess technically they... Yeah, Crash the Ramparts. Okay. At least I called it. That's fine. It happens. We drew another land. Okay, so let's Bloodletter again. Bring ourselves that little bit closer. Okay. Now, do they play the land? No, they don't. Not before attacking. So, oh, but then they just don't attack. Okay, well, we have a Blight Keeper. So let's play a Swamp so that we can go to combat, attack with the Flyer. Yep. Okay, and then we can do Deadeye Tormentor to make them discard a card. First time we've been able to do that effectively today. And then what do they discard? A red card. Okay, so yeah, they are off red. That makes sense. And then we'll play a Blight Keeper, and then we'll pass. All right, so they're off land in general, not just red. Like, they don't have their fourth. They play Commune with Dinosaurs so they can find that land. Mountain. There it is. They've got one. They can play it because they haven't played a land this turn. There it is. Now they have 3 mana and 4 cards in hand. They play a Nest Robber, a 2/1 with haste. Okay. Do they attack? They don't. Okay. Well, interestingly, we can Contract Killing and Vanquish the Weak, but I don't think we have to. I think we just attack with our Flyers. If they do some shenanigans, we can have Vanquish the Weak up as backup, but I'm not really that concerned right now. Okay. That's it for us for now. Like I said, Vanquish the Weak is a viable option for us at any point. So, but right now we have inevitability with our Flyers. They are starting to draw their land though. So, but I think we're in a pretty good removal-based position here as well. So, let's see what they've got. Odapek Huntmaster. Okay. Like, the question is whether that's worth vanquishing if I think that they're trying to get something big out. But, again, we've just got Contract Killing, so... Another Odapek Huntmaster. Well, now I'm not vanquishing it. Although it does shrink. Oh, are they just going to Brontodon us? That'd be hilarious. Please Brontodon into this Contract Killing. Please. That'd be so funny. I don't even know if Vanquish the Weak is worth it on this hasty guy. Like, maybe. But, like, I'm not going to trade this way. No attacks. Okay. Alright. We draw a Paladin of the Bloodstained. So if we play it, then we will still have Vanquish the Weak. So let's attack. The Flash Flyers are in blue. So I'm not too worried unless I'm forgetting about a card, which I don't think I am. Okay. Let's play the Paladin now. Now that that 1/1 will be a really good blocker for this hasty guy. And that's our turn. All right, so we have Vanquished the Weak still, which is great. If they play something big that they've made cheaper with the Huntmasters, they could play something for 7 or less if it's a dino. Snapping Sailback. So there's their flash guy, but this is on their own turn. Okay, so that's probably what we'll contract kill. Which, again, will feel bad if they then Brontodon, but we still have our flyers. I think would still be okay. We can just chump all day until we kill them with our flyers. They don't have any white, and that's where most of the flyers and dinos are. All right, so they're going to combat. Let's see what they do. They do nothing. And they end their turn. Sweet. Hey, we got a Hammer Skull. Let's see, 5. So yeah, we have enough to Hammer Skull and Contract Killing in the same turn, even if we have to use a treasure, which is fine. Let's do it. If they're not attacking with it, does it even matter? Let's go to combat first and see what happens. Okay. 3 flying. No reach, no anything. They don't block. And so they're at 7. Let's play... Yeah, fine. We will Hammer Skull and leave up Vanquish the Weak. If they hit us for 4, they hit us for 4. We can always block or not. Even if they pump it, it's not going to be enough to kill us by any means. At worst, it'll bring us to like down by 7 or something. So let's pass. This guy next turn will be great. I can like tap this down and get in with a bunch of attackers, but I might not even want to. If this is working for me, it's slow and annoying, but it's better than kind of overextending and then getting beat up on the crackback. So let's just see what our opponent has going on. They are at 7, so they've got, what, 3 turns technically? They're really considering these attacks, which I would be as well at this point with this life total, or they're just taking forever to pass through their attack phase. Either is technically an option. But yeah, if I were at 7, my opponent were at 16, and this was the board state, I would also be heavily considering attacking. All right, Slash of Talons is totally a thing. We could also use this Blight Keeper. Next turn, we just win that way. We might even be able to... I guess they can pretty easily block. So, yeah, but next turn we can do this, and we just win. So let's attack. Oh, actually, I don't have the mana. I would need to draw 1 more land, right? I guess I could contract killing this turn, and then have the land next turn no matter what. That's not a terrible idea. Let's see what they play. I mean, they have 1 card in hand, right? So... no blocks. All right, so that's the line. Let's try to contract killing. We can still leave up Vanquish the Weak and Slash of Talons, actually. So let's do that. We'll kill their 4/4. That's kind of the scariest thing. What are they doing? They're just playing another one? Oh, they're putting a counter on this guy. I don't really care. That's fine. Okay. I guess if they try to put the 4th on it, I'll just kill it. But yep, we get 2 treasures, so we have 4 available and 4 mana cost worth of spells in our hand. So that's great. There's probably a way where we could have attacked out, contract killing, or vanquished the weak earlier and won, but like I said, I wasn't really being threatened, so I apologize for the slow, dirtily plays, but I'm just being a little bit more careful. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Well, we won no prize because we had already lost the first 2 rounds, but that one was, I wouldn't say a quick 2-0, but it was a pretty easy 2-0, I would say. If we look back at our deck as we close it out, I want to thank you guys for watching. It was interesting. Let me know if you found it comedic or if you found it boring, because to me it was a little bit of both. I was kind of annoyed. I hope it didn't show too much. I try to usually keep a level head. I'm not usually a guy who gets too salty when playing Magic or tilted. It's fun for me. I enjoy it. And sure, if I get screwed over, I get screwed over. Hopefully it was somewhat entertaining for you to laugh at my expense. I will in no way be offended if you say that in the comments. And also if you want to critique my play or my choices, etc., that's kind of always the case as well. This has been Geek for All. I've been Joe. If you click on our logo when it pops up, you can subscribe. That helps us out a lot. Find out when all of our videos come out. You'll see some of them on the screen. We have drafts like these every Saturday. We have product openings every Monday. And we have story reviews, Magic story reviews with my fiance Amy and I every Thursday. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.